We're back in Forza Horizon 5. This time we have this thing. This is the 2018 Lamborghini number 63 Squadra Corse Huracan Super Trofeo EVO. That is a super long name, and this car did come with 6 other cars in an Italian car pack that is now available for everybody to purchase for $10 US in the game. So it is another car pack that you do have to pay for with real money, but I think it's absolutely worth it. I'm going to show you guys the cars right now. Here it is, Forza Horizon 5 Italian Exotics car pack. You click that, it comes with 7 brand new vehicles to the game. 292 Ferrari GTB from 2022, Roma from 2020, a Da Vinci concept from 2019 by Ital Design, a Huracan Technica, been waiting for this thing to come to the game for a long time already, an Asenza SV12 from 2020, an SC20 from 2020, and the car that we're going to be checking out today, which is the Squadra Corse Super Trofeo EVO. I am going to be doing videos on all of these cars within the next few days, so stay tuned if you guys want to check them out here with me on the channel. Subscribe for news, share with your friends, and turn on post notifications. Smash the like button as well, and comment down below what car you want me to check out next from the Italian Exotics car pack. Checking out the Super Trofeo EVO. This thing is rear-wheel drive, 612 horsepower, 420 foot-pounds of torque. It weighs 2,995 pounds. It has a 5.2 liter engine, assuming it is a V10, obviously. And it's a S2 class, 906, so it's at the bottom of S2 class. But I think it is pretty cool, the fact that we have this car in the game. It is rear-wheel drive, as I said, 612 horsepower. Looking absolutely amazing. I highly doubt we're going to be able to take anything off of this thing, just because of the type of car that it is. It's a race car. You don't really remove a lot of panels with these things, but maybe we can, maybe we can't. If I explode it, you can only open the doors. I had this rant in the last video where you couldn't open the hood and the rear trunk on a Firebird, but that's a Firebird, okay? That's like a classic car. You guys want to see the engine, you want to see how the back end looks. This is a race car. I want to see what the engine looks like, obviously, but I mean, you know, because of race car, it is kind of complicated to take these things off, right? But aside from not being able to pull up the trunk and pull up the hood, we have a massive diffuser in the front with some canards that will break your ankles, obviously, because look at how big those things are. Those are insane. Wheels look kind of cool, kind of basic, quite a bit of spoke wheels right there. I love the venting right here on the side. Look at that. That's pretty sick. The massive vent on the front end, or the aerodynamics to go over the car, has a roof scoop, which is cool. I believe that is the gas tank right there. Fully raced out interior. Now I know Daily Driven Exotics did build a Squadra Corse Super Trofeo EVO as well, so it's going to be pretty exciting to have this thing in the game and try to mimic what that car looks like. Turning on the Super Trofeo EVO, I'm going to let you guys listen to it, so mind your ears. I'm going to leave the volume at like maxed. So 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, it sounds really good, man. It sounds really good. You do have like your gauges up there. You have that shift gauge, also the light at the top, looking sick. A lot of stuff on the steering wheel, a lot of buttons and stuff. It's crazy. And there's also a lot of buttons right there on the center panel. I don't know if there's still AC. I highly doubt it, but there's still AC vents right there. I think that's just to keep the simplicity of the top dashboard, right? Netting everywhere, full roll cage, absolutely insane. We do have a dual outlet chrome tipped exhaust, which looks kind of cool. We also have an air jack system, which I absolutely love. I would love one of these in my car, but it's too much work. But on a race car, it is pretty cool. Like, there's that little nozzle right there you see under that tail light. You stick like an air compressor to it, and the jacks come from underneath the car. They pop out and they pick the car up. I think that is super sick. We are here at Playa Azul Circuit. This thing is under the extreme track toy category, and with that being said, I wanted to get this car on a track that has some nice straightaways, okay? And this track, Playa Azul Circuit, has some pretty good straightaways like this one right here, letting us open up the car a little bit and going, you know, full send basically on the straights. We are in 10th place. We're going to see how this thing fares. I mean, it is at the bottom of S2 class. In its stock form, it's at 906 at the bottom of S2 class, or 902, one of those. It is crazy. 612 horsepower, as I said before. Oh, wow. It is rear-wheel drive, and it has a pretty good amount of grip, actually. Like, it doesn't really spin all that much outside of corners or anything. It does have a lot of grip going into a corner and out of a corner. The shifts sound so good, too. Like, it sounds so brutal. Let me see if I can replicate it. I'm going to turn up the volume right here really quick, just so I can shift it. Ready, 3, 2, 1, and go. hear like how mechanical that sounds? It sounds so good. It sounds so good. It is a sequential gearbox, so it's not a DCT or anything, right? Dual clutch transmission. It is a actual sequential gearbox that does need a clutch to shift the gear. Moving on to the third lap, we've made it to second place, surprisingly. All the competition, sorry, I like lagged on my words. All the competition is like far behind us. On the straights, this thing does pretty good at about 170 miles an hour. Look at the speed, man. Going into 6th gear, 171. Ooh, slow down, slow down. This car handles great around corners too. Like, I need to point that out there. I thought this car would handle like absolute trash. That was my bad going into that corner over there. I smacked the wall. But this car handles great through the corners. I am so blown away. Take this corner for example. Little bit of a brake going into the corner. Easy. Easy peasy lemon frickin' squeezy. It just handles everything like a champ. It is so insane. This corner, a little bit of a brake. And there you go. You're pretty much off, man. It is crazy. I believe that those front canards that I spoke about earlier, those those ankle breakers, those help it corner so well. Coming over to the upgrade shop for our Squadra Corsa Huracan Super Trofeo EVO. Super long name, but it is so worth it. Oh, we can install turbos on this thing. 826 horsepower. That was a brutal sound. My headphones are like super loud right now. I'll do it again. Hold on. So we have a V12 and a racing V12. I'm going to stick with the stock engine. It sounds so good. And look, I'm going to put this turbo on here. I'm going to turn up the volume for you guys and I'm going to rev it. It's insane. Like, those pops and bangs are crazy, man. It is absolutely insane, this car. Tires. We already on the stickiest tires we can get, so I'm going to leave them stock. Let's go over here. 345s in the rear. That's pretty sizable, to be honest with you. 335s in the front. Okay, almost squared off. We can do front track width, but we can't do the rear, which is unfortunate, but I guess it's fine. If you wanted to change the wheels, you could. I'm going to leave them stock. I like how they look. We do have an option to upgrade brakes, which is actually surprising considering this thing is an absolute race car as it is. We can put on some better brakes, I guess, because why not? Rally suspension lifts this thing up quite a bit. That's insane. And you also have drift suspension. I'm going to leave it stock. We are racing this thing. We are not drifting this thing anywhere, and we are not off-roading it anywhere. Final numbers for our Squadra Corsa, 1226 horsepower. I did opt to put anti-lag on this car just because it is a race car. We are now at the top of S2 class 992. It's going to cost us 40,000 credits to complete this setup. Coming over to paints and design, we do have the stock color. We could do it like daily driven exotics and carbon out the entire shell, because why the heck not? It would look pretty sick like that, like this. Carbon out. Looking snazzy. It looks pretty good. It looks mean as heck, though. I'm going to leave the actual paint on there. I think the paint looks pretty good. So, not really going to mess with that. We're back at Playa Azul Circuit in our 1226 horsepower Lamborghini Super Trofeo EVO. Catches grip in like 3rd gear, I believe. Holy shoot, this thing, we like woke it up. It is now like absolutely meaner than it was before. Move, you stupid Devo. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh my god. We are maxing out at about 190, 191, somewhere around there, just because I put 7 gears in this thing to give us a little bit more speed. However, it seems like the gears are still a little bit too short, and it just rocks 190, somewhere around there. Bro, the anti-lag on this thing sounds insane. Like the whistle, you can hear the turbo like wind down very slowly, and it sounds so good with the anti-lag. Moving on to the 3rd lap, again we are in 2nd place, and the top end actually goes all the way to about 201 miles an hour. I mistaken it at 190 just because of how, you know, redlining I was already doing. We're running 202 miles an hour, and we are like absolutely redlining this thing. Wow, brakes, man, brakes. Brakes work. Anti-lag is insane, dude. It screams so much, and I think the volume in my ear is a little bit too high. That's why I'm like, dang, it's loud. But it is a loud car, man. I don't think we're going to be able to catch up to 1st place. So we're going to take 2nd place. And I will gladly take 2nd place, actually. We did 1st place in its stock form, which is pretty good. Upgraded form, I do think, you know, with all the added horsepower and like me being scared to full throttle out of the corner, I can understand why I got 2nd place. But still, this car nonetheless, absolutely insane. The turbo, the lag, the anti-lag, it just sounds so menacing. So menacing. If you guys like haven't experienced it yet, get this freaking Super Trofeo, put anti-lag on it on the stock engine, and drive it with like full full volume on your headset. It sounds mean as heck. It sounds so good. Here we are at the highway. We're going to do a top speed run with the Super Trofeo EVO. However, since we already were maxing out our, top end in that race that we were in, we are going to need to tune down. I'll tune down the entire final drive just a little bit, and then I guess we can tune down 7th gear a tad more from there. We're now ready to start our top speed run. We're going to do launch control with this thing. First gear, look at the anti-lag, man. It sounds crazy as heck. Go. First gear spins, 2nd gear spins, 3rd gear spins, catches grip at the end, chirps 4th gear, going into 5th gear. 160 miles an hour in 6th. 180 going into 7th gear. And we're off. It is so stable also at this kind of speeds. Obviously because of that freaking rear wing and that front canard. It is a Super Trofeo EVO at that. So of course it's going to be really, really good in corners. Top speed 231. I mean, again, you need to think about all of the aerodynamics with this car. It's not meant for like complete straight line speed. It's meant to go around a circuit. That's what this thing is meant to do. And still 230 actually seems pretty darn respectable for this thing. I love how it sounds. I think it's just a great car all around. Competitive racing, I don't know if it'll do well. It might, but I'm not sure. Maybe with a different engine, it probably could do a lot better. But in this, mode that I have it in, this engine, I really don't know if it'll be good in competitive races, to be honest. Going downhill, 236, 237, come on. There we go, 238. There we go, 239. Not going to do it. 238 miles an hour is top speed, but that's going downhill. This thing likes to cruise around about 235 miles an hour, which seems pretty good. Let's see if we can handle these corners up here, up ahead, just because, why not? I think it will be able to. No problem, dude. It's so stable. That freaking truck messed us up. Let's try this corner right here. This one's a little bit tighter. And again, it just handles it with ease. 230 miles an hour. Wow. And there's the anti-lag, man. Absolutely crazy, this thing. Final verdict for the Super Trofeo EVO. Absolutely amazing freaking vehicle. To get this car, you do have to spend a little bit of money in real life. It is about $10 United States money. So keep that in mind if you end up wanting this car pack. It does come with 7 cars. I did go over them at the beginning of the video, so go check that out if you missed it. I don't know how you would miss it. You're supposed to watch the entire video. But if you missed it or skipped over it, just go back. I'll put a timestamp. That way you guys can see the car pack itself. But it is $10. I do think it's worth it. It does come with those 7 cars, which is absolutely amazing, especially this thing, Super Trofeo. We're going to be checking out all of the other cars in the next few days, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe for new turn post notifications, share with your friends, all that jazz. Smack the like button and let me know what car you want to see next from the Italians Exotics car pack. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Hope you guys have an outstanding day. Catch you guys in the next video.